Alright, we're up and running. I'm gonna do this. If I have to stay up all night, I'm gonna do this.
Once the city used to pulse with energy. Dirty and dangerous, but alive and wonderful.
Let me do a sound check.
Now, it's something else. The changes came slowly at first. Most didn't realize, or didn't care, and accepted them. They chose a comfortable life. Some didn't. And those who refused to conform were pushed to the sidelines, criminalized. They became our clients. We call ourselves runners. We exist on the edge.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Reality, the mirror's edge. We keep out of trouble.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
And the cops don't bother us. Runners see the city in a different
It's a little
way.
low, I think.
We see the flow. Rooftops become pathways and conduits, possibilities, and routes to escape. The flow is what keeps us running.
In a second, I'm gonna turn the sound up a little bit. On my mic.
Training time, Faith. Yeah, I know you hate it, but that fall took you out of commission for a while. Now you're back, you gotta keep sharp, especially in this city. Check out these new training grounds, pretty slick, huh? Celeste's on runaround duty, so get to her and just go with the flow, okay?
Okay, hang on. Alright, we'll try that. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I like that. It's a lot more like conversational volume.
There she is. Get after her.
Hi, Faith. Welcome back. Didn't think we'd be seeing you so soon.
I just watched the, it's April 16th, or now it's April 7th. No, it's the morning of April 18th, the very early morning. And I just watched the, Jake Paul, Ben Askren fight. Man, I felt bad. It felt bad to watch. I don't know. I think, though, that, like, And this is one of the things that I only started becoming aware of. First off, once I started Twitch streaming, one of the sort of things that Twitch streaming did to change my perception of things is the amount of time and energy and work that it must take to actually, like, be a YouTuber Twitch star. And it's not just like you gotta be good at the game, you gotta play the game at a high level. It's every other thing, right?
Merc wants me to run you through some sparring. You know how he is. You ready? Okay, come on.
And so, like,
All right.
before watching the fight, I started, like, digging
Let's
into
run
some of the
through some
backstory of it, right?
disorders, just in case.
And I think everyone sort of, you know, I think people have started, like, thinking of the
Remember what I taught you
of the
today.
Paul brothers,
Isolate
you know,
them.
Jake Paul,
Fight
and
'em one at a
especially
time
Logan
if
Paul,
you gotta
as,
fight.
like, emblematic of the worst stereotypes in YouTubing. And maybe that's fair, and it probably is fair. But I don't think you can just say that they're emblematic of the worst stereotypes in YouTubing. They're also emblematic of the best stereotypes in YouTubing.
Okay, that's enough training, ladies. Gotta get to the
in
real
that they
thing.
exist.
Drake's got a job for yourself, so check in with him. Faith, let
But-
me know when you're ready to get going.
It's like, in
See you
order
later,
to do a job, like, in order to do something like that, takes incredible mental stamina. Absolutely incredible. Because, first off, I don't think it's possible to become that successful off being an introvert. I really don't. There's tons of things introverts are good at. And maybe you could make, like, an introvert who could be, like, who could psychologically analyze and all the things you need to do to be successful, and he could do it. But after, like, a few weeks or a month or whatever, it would just completely drain the life out of him or her. Absolutely drain the energy out of him, because, you know, you need to be able to gain energy from something like that to do it 24 hours a day. To be able to make content 24 hours a day. To always be thinking, what's the next thing I can do? Right? What's the next step in my fame? Thank you for the follow, Cooper CV. What's up? Just here playing some Mirror's Edge, doing a free solo
I'm
run.
sure the birds are real impressed, mate. But once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work? Get Celeste in position for a handoff.
I just
You need to
finished
get
watching
delivery.
the
She'll be near the communications tower.
Ben Askren, Jake Paul fight. I was just talking about that a little bit. And saying, like, you know, like, to be a YouTuber or something like that full time takes an incredible amount of energy just to be able, like, yeah, I'm gonna create this, like, public mask of myself and then live in it 24/7.
You're taking your sweet old time. Celeste's getting pissed. She's almost at the comms tower and you ain't. Get moving and give her the bag. Cell will take it from there.
You're about to stream Mirror's Edge Catalyst without exiting? Come on, man. What is that? You dive into another... come on.
Wires
There's
are sitting
no
about you,
viewers
mate.
here for
Sound
you to,
some
like,
blues
chill
headed
to,
your way.
okay?
News chopper tipped them off.
Come on. You want to advertise your stream, do it. I would advise doing it for someone who's got more than, like, 2 viewers.
Hey, drop the bag and put your hands where we can see them, or we will...
Just get the hell out of there.
Don't have the original. It's like $6 on Steam.
Wires are going crazy. Get out of there, Nate.
Thanks for the follow, anyway.
I'm patching Celeste in. You there, Cell?
What the hell's happening? I can hear gunshots and that bird seems a little too curious.
Faith's on her way. Get your ass ready to move.
You weren't trying to promote. 100%. It's just, like, sheer coincidence that you drop into a stream that's running Mirror's
Move ahead.
Edge,
You're gonna have to get
say
going.
you're running the sequel, and then peace out, like, instantly.
You ready, Cell?
Yep, I can see Faith now.
Whatever, man. Just do your thing, you know?
Get to Celeste. There are more blues on the way.
Come on, Faith, CPF on you, Tao. Hey, throw me the bag!
No, for anyone who's this is their first stream,
Okay, they're playing rough cell.
watching the vid of this, this is a free solo run, so basically what that means is if I die once, then the run's over. I gotta restart the whole thing. So it's basically playing the perfect campaign.
You gotta get off that roof.
And I've got to do it
How
in
you
a
do
single
Just
sitting.
do it.
So, I've already done, so I'm working on playing a bunch of different games. This is the one I'm working on right now. I'm hoping to get a good run of it done tonight. So I've already beaten well, I beat a full run of Jedi Fallen Order, which took about 10 hours. That was a trip, man.
Nothing.
That took me like
They just
6
opened
months.
fire.
What the hell's happening? I'll ask around.
And then
Get
the,
your ass back to base, Faith.
I did a full run of Fall Guys without ever fallen once. That was pretty sweet. Although I felt kind of bad at the end because everyone just died randomly for no reason. But yeah, I'm hoping to, you know, I think I'm gonna pull an all-nighter. I think I'm just gonna go all night. Get this game finished on, move on to the next one. You know, the goal is to beat every video game ever made. So I'm definitely counting on the apocalypse to come in like a few years, so I can have time to beat all the games.
Yeah, anyways, it's 56 West Arlen Drive. Tell Lieutenant Miller.
Copy that. I'll relay the message, Officer Connors.
Thanks. Connor's out.
Hello, sis.
You there, kiddo?
Hey, Mark.
I bet you're listening to the chatter.
You know me.
Try and get some sleep. It's been a rough day. Gonna put the word out tomorrow. See why those blues got itchy trigger fingers. I'll drop by later, okay? And don't chuck that pizza. I like the toppings matured.
Matured. Yeah, I know. See you, Mark.
Who likes mold on their pizza?
Shots fired. Repeat, shots fired. All units proceed to 56 West Arlen Drive immediately. Proceed with caution.
Kate!
The cops are so slow here. Like, how does she get to her sister before the cops do? Considering she has to run there.
Hey,
Mark,
you off?
just get on comms and track me.
Yeah, no. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is a spoiler alert on the Jake Paul Ben
Almost
Askren
there.
fight.
Well, anytime you'd like to tell
So
me what
wait,
there
5,
is and what the hell
4,
you're doing,
3,
feel
2,
free.
1. All right.
It's my sister.
Jake Paul won. He knocked out.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
see
not.
if I can figure out
It was a
what's going
technical
on.
knockout. He
Give me
beat
a second.
Askren in the first round. Basically, Askren took like one really good punch, and the ref was like, "Yeah, no, this is a bad idea." It was interesting though, you know. So it's just sort of like randomly caught the attention
Pope's place.
of the
I guess
U.S.
that's where
You know,
you're
we're
headed,
coming
but
out of
be
the
careful.
pandemic. Everyone's
Don't
sort
tell
of
'em what's
curious.
going on there.
In a way, this sort of reminds me
You know,
of
we
how I
just
think
went from May, right? Finally, someone who could actually make a difference.
the
in this
Trump
place.
election run went when he announced his candidacy for the presidency in 2016. I sort of think of Jake Paul the same way, where they both were like, "All right, we'll do this, you know, to you know, start some good publicity for our next show, our next, you know, TV series, whatever. You know, make a bit of additional money, and then suddenly they start winning, right? And they're like, wait, well, how? Maybe I am actually that good, you know? Maybe it's not about the next season of The Apprentice or getting another 100,000 subscribers. Maybe I can actually do this, right? And then,
Kate?
What are you doing here?
What happened? Did you?
No! You don't recognize him?
Should I?
like, at a certain
It's
point,
Robert.
I think Donald
Robert
Trump had to
Pope,
be like,
friend of Dad's?
wow, I might
He
actually
called me. We
get
haven't
the
talked
job.
much
I might
since
actually
joined
sit
up.
in the chair.
We had a break-in last
And
week.
I think Jake Paul's,
He's still a
if he isn't
campaigner.
at that moment, you know, he's
Don't
like,
you read the news?
It's not.
I just
news
knocked out an
anymore.
MMA champ,
It's
a former
advertising.
MMA champ
He
in
was
one
running
round.
for mayor.
So the break-in must have
Maybe
really
I am
spooked him
really
then.
that good.
That's what
You
I
know,
thought. But
so-
it was odd. He told me about the break-in, asked me to come, then asked after you.
Really? I haven't seen him for at least 10 years.
Anyway, he was alive when I got here. Just sitting at his desk, writing. Everything went black. When I came to, he'd been shot. And I'm pretty sure it's with my gun.
If his
There was
next
a book
fight
on
is
the
like
desk,
against
a
Conor
diary.
McGregor or someone,
It was
I
gone.
will pay
I'm
for
sure
that
there was someone else in the
so
building.
happily. I don't care how
Left my
much
radio
money
in
it
the
is.
car. Haven't had time to phone it in.
Please take my
Come
money.
on. Come with me. I'll take you somewhere safe.
This isn't the time to run. I'm not like you. Running will just make me look guilty.
You already
think
look
this was
guilty.
an accident, Kate? There are no accidents in this city. Someone wanted him dead and wanted you to take the fall.
Help me, Effie, please.
Uh-huh.
You've got contacts. There's gotta be more to this. Something he knew. Something he wanted to tell me.
I can't get involved in this, Kate. You know what I do. I just
Great.
can't.
Blue's incoming, Faith. You might want to be outgoing right about, now.
I'll see what I can do.
If this goes down badly, find Lieutenant Miller, my superior. Take anything you find to him.
I'm serious, Faith. Remember, they're not playing
I
nice.
never really
Get
understood
out of
this.
there.
Now
The
go!
plot lines in this game.
And Faith,
It's like
thank you.
the evil plot line of the evil authorities is that they're gonna just train a bunch of cops to run fast. Like that's it, you know?
Shit!
Get out of that building, Faith. Move.
Like that's the entire evil strategy, right? It's like in a Bond. I mean, would you be very satisfied in watching a Bond film if the evil mastermind was like, here, you see my evil plan. I have opened this target range for my henchmen so that they can shoot accurately. Okay, now that I'm saying that out loud, actually that would be sort of terrifying for Bond. You'd be like, shoot accurately. You're a madman. They might actually hit me. Are you insane? I might be insane, Mr. Bond, but I will achieve victory. Even a single accurate henchman will be the death of you in one of your numerous chase sequences. Yeah, I'm gonna run. You know, Jackie Chan actually did a stunt like this once. He didn't jump from one building to the other, but he basically got on top of a skyscraper and then slid down the side on one of those curved roofs. Jackie Chan's pretty insane.
Get your ass to the CEC News building. I'm finding you a way out.
I heard a rumor that Tom Cruise was trying to... I was just thinking of doing stunts in reality, and I just heard a rumor that Tom Cruise was trying to get a film crew together to go film in space.
Get running, girls.
It sounds pretty ridiculous, but I believe it absolutely, and I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen sooner. Which is all just an excuse so that Tom Cruise can have someone else bankroll his trip to space. The farthest I've made it in a free solo is actually all the way to chapter 9, right at the end.
Can't believe Pope's gone. Shit, man, this damn city.
And then I positioned myself sort of bad in one of the final firefights.
Take the bridge across
That was
the avenue
just the end
and
of
head
that.
for Centurion Plaza. Picking up squad cars moving in on you. You ain't got much time.
I would like to have at least one run tonight to get all the way to chapter 9.
They're trying to surround you, Faith. Punch through to the plaza. They're trying to cut you off the head, Faith. Get through them, quick. You gotta push through to the plaza, Faith. There's a route through the tunnels ahead. Get some air in your lungs and run, Faith. You don't want to know what's behind your Faith. Just keep running. Should be an exit off the rail overpass in the plaza ahead. Please head to the other side to get down. Blue's up ahead. Be careful.
Alright, so I sort of shooting you right, left. what just happened there was actually an interesting bit of muscle memory. So the way you play a free solo is almost completely based on muscle memory because you're doing the same movements in the game over and over and over and over and over. Like at this point, I've, you know, and I always try to follow the same route because that helps with consistency.
Hey, let's get you out of here.
So the way that should have gone was I take like 3 or 4 shots, he gets taken out, and then I move on, right? And the way you move on is by throwing away the gun first off and turning and running. So I take the 3 or 4 shots. I think 2 of them missed. I think that was why he didn't go down. And then because of muscle memory, I hit triangle to throw away the gun.
Come on.
Most of the time that's good, but that's one of the rare cases where it's not so good.
You did good, Faith. No word on what's got the blues so trigger happy, but I'll keep on it. And, don't worry about your sis, okay? We'll fix it.
So that's one of the things. You're never really thinking about the moment you're in when you're doing a free solo. You're always thinking, you know, 1, 2 steps ahead, right? But if you start thinking 5 steps, well, now you're thinking too far because you can't react fast enough to any changes that happen.
Wires are fizzing about Pope's murder. Blue traffic is up. Way up. Don't know what's got into them. Must be contract renewal time. Be careful out there, Sal.
So why all the heat?
Our girl's been lifting evidence from a crime scene. Now every cop in the city seems to be after her.
That the evidence you lifted?
Yeah, lots of running I'm gonna have to do.
Rest of it was gone. All I can make out are Icarus, maybe, and to the highest.
Icarus. Wasn't he the Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. No more wings, no more Icarus. If anyone's heard anything, then you know who it'll be, Faith.
Yeah?
I know he ain't a runner anymore, but he's got contacts. You can't avoid him forever.
Wanna bet?
Who?
Jackknife.
I think that's probably true of people in general.
Drake's got a location on Jackknife. He's on some rooftops at the old runner
You
training
know, you
ground
expect
in the
things to
Storm
go
Drains.
a certain way,
Route's crawling with blues, though.
right? And so that
You can follow
slows
the canal
down
to the Hampton Town District.
your reaction when they don't go the way you're expecting, right? It's the rare person who can react to something instantly and fast enough when it goes the other way. Or when you make a mistake, or when someone else does, or when something, or anything, like, happens that's out of the ordinary.
Chopper spotted. You make a run for it.
I'm trying to think of a good example of that I remember seeing.
Get out of those canals, Faith. Maintenance access point nearby. I'll find you a new route.
Staying out of view of the sniper there.
Got you surrounded, Faith. Get yourself into the storm drains. Looks like you're in the clear. Now get into those drains.
I guess I've never actually... I've been sort of thinking through life events. I've never had a life event that was like... Okay, well, one, of which I'm not going to talk about. But aside from that, I've never really had a life event that was shocking or surprising. And the one life event that I've had that was, like, didn't affect my material life that much because it happened while I was at college. And so there really wasn't anything I could do to, like, influence it at all.
Got some drain plans. Should be an exit on the other side.
But generally, I try to live my life thinking of all the potential outcomes. You know? Cross every T, dot every I, that sort of thing. You know, because if you think through all the potential outcomes, well, then maybe you're able to handle it a little better when it does happen.
Keep going. Don't think those blues won't come down here. Hey, getting something on the wires. Shit. Looks like they anticipated you might duck in here and send a sniper team ahead.
I mean, that's how we're supposed to live our lives, right? We do what we can to minimize the impact of chance, and then we get ready for it anyway. I mean, there's only so much any of us can do, right? Thought I was a little too far off to the left there. I mean, I was, but
Take those snipers out,
it wasn't
keep
enough
out
to
of their
kill me.
way. Just get your ass through there.
Alright. Line this shot. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Good shooting. Hit the crossbar. Nice. I don't know. That's always been my perspective. You know? You've got your glass half empty, glass half full people, and I'm definitely in the glass half empty category. You know, have someone tell you all the ways something can go right. I'm happy to list alphabetically all the ways they could go wrong. And I think we need people like that. You know, we need both. You know, if you're trying to get advice on something, you should get advice from someone who is really optimistic and happy and is like, yeah, let's do it. I'm super excited. I'm pumped. Woo-hoo. And you should get advice from someone who's a little more realistic. You know, who's like, all right, that's fine, but these are all the ways, you know, this could, like, end your life or destroy yourself or whatever. You know, whether that's in, like, should we sell our house sort of thing, or whether that's in, like, what character should I take to the Mos Eisley level on Lego Star Wars.
This is Hampton Town Access Point. Your exit space. Jackknife ain't far.
I'm taking this a bit slow. I've died on here kind of stupidly a couple times before. I'm just trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I try to be realistic, you know, pragmatic. I could care less about tradition. Okay. That was Glenn. Take that. Not the cleanest, but whatever.
Look, Jackknife may know something about Pope's murder, so don't let him wind you up, okay? He used to be a pretty decent runner. God knows who he's working for now.
Anyway, to take this all back to the start of the conversation, you know, I don't think people should... I think people have to be taken for everything they are, right? Not just some of the stereotypes. Like, if you're going to stereotype someone, you know, we're like, hey, he's a YouTuber, so he's probably, you know, only cares about his image, and he's probably this, and he's probably that. Well, you also got to take the... He's super high energy and super devoted and committed to whatever he decides to do, whether that's YouTubing or boxing. Because guess what? You want to be a YouTuber as successful as Jake Paul? That's 24/7. Like, you don't turn that off ever. There is no personal life after that, right? And you've got to be willing to be okay with that in order to keep doing it at a high level. Right? That's why you see so many, like, Twitch streamers and YouTubers burn out, is because that keeping up that persona, especially if, you know, keeping up that persona is super hard. And even if that persona is, like, super connected to who you are and is pretty close, like, say you're Asmongold, there's still going to be enough deviation there that you're going to have to drop it at some points, right? There's going to have to be some time where you can just be yourself. And so Jake Paul, I think, decided to approach boxing with the same commitment that he approached YouTubing with.
Can you find another way through to him?
Does that make him the best boxer ever? No. But it makes him, I think, probably at the point of competition where he could compete with other boxers who also put an amount of time equal to that into the sport. So I don't know at this point, and you know, maybe this is all going to turn out as a horror story, right? It still could, right? If Jake Paul decides to fight like Conor McGregor or someone, or George Masvidal, God forbid, like maybe, you know, Jake Paul's going to be the one to end up getting hurt, but at this point he's got to fight someone real, right? He's got to fight someone who's competing right now.
I know what you're here for, Faithy.
Just tell me what Icarus has to do with Pope's murder, Jack.
I heard a cop did it.
You heard wrong, then.
You a fan of wrestling, Faith? Pope was a wrestling fan. He even employed an ex-wrestler to handle his security. Travis
The
Burton
madness continues.
used to go by the name of Ropeburn.
Is this going somewhere?
Ropeburn? Well, he's really just a thug who got lucky. And sometimes people are too ignorant to see their place.
But I
Always
mean, hey,
wanna swim
like,
in the big pond. Never see the bigger fish.
Yeah,
If I were you, I'd start with that glorified slab of meat.
but I mean, hey, everyone said that the wall
hunting,
was going to cave in
Faithy.
on Trump eventually. That there was no way he was
I
ever
don't know
going to be
about going to
president.
Ropeburn straight away.
And
I'm
yet,
gonna say Miller.
He was both
Oh,
a
Faith,
popular
what are you
reality
doing?
star and
You gonna
president
tell
of the
them about
United States.
Jackknife?
Not yet.
So
Still
maybe
alive,
in the year
no
in
matter
the
what Kate
2020s,
says.
maybe the madness doesn't have to stop. Maybe it'll just keep going. Can you hear me say world boxing champion Jake Paul? Oh man, I could barely say it without laughing. But I could barely say
Lieutenant Miller?
President Trump without laughing when he won too. So
Kate's sister?
She never mentioned a sister.
Hell.
no, everyone in my I was in college, right? And everyone of my colleagues,
She told me to find you. if
well,
things were
other,
bad.
She's been arrested.
every other college student I know was like, yeah, there's no way he can win.
Suspect seen fleeing from the crime
We
scene.
laughed about it. We had fun. We made fun of him, and he won.
Wow, it's difficult to recall
know?
with a gun in my face.
I know what you are.
You know it's a setup, right?
So
I know Kate wouldn't be
You
capable
know?
of something like this. But my captain's asking some difficult questions. And
I was wrong.
wanted to see her.
What do you know?
So were my
about something
friends.
called Icarus?
So was every
It's
like
mentioned on
news
this.
anchor on
It was in
TV.
Pope's hand. I think it's from his diary.
You took evidence.
Kate's the only family I have, Lieutenant. And blues in jail don't last long. She
I don't
goes
know.
down for this. It's a death sentence.
I won't stop you. I owe that much to Kate. But there are plenty of people
There's
who
gonna be so much money in the next
I
fight,
can't
man.
believe it.
You're not even gonna
You better learn
like
how to
believe
Running
how
is
much
what I do
money
best.
the promoters are gonna make for this. You can just see the promoters like rubbing their hands together with glee after this fight. This was like the best thing that could have happened because it keeps all the uncertainty, right?
Ropeburn's got an office at Z Burfield International Shipping near the Riding Park subway. Should be a sign on top of the building.
Everyone who
It'll
doesn't,
guide
who
you.
thinks Jake Paul didn't
I
deserve
saw
to be there,
Ropeburn wrestle
can still say he got
broke
lucky
some
because it was so
poor
early,
bastard's arm, then headbutted
and that the ref like didn't call it right.
So if this Ropeburn really is mixed up with Pope's murder and Kate's setup, then he sure won't be a talker. He'll be a
Everyone
fighter.
who's on Jake Paul's side just like either won a decent bit of money or got to see him beat a former MMA champion. The amount of money they're gonna make in the next fight will be absolutely insane, and you know there will be a next fight. I wish they could have fixed the glare in this first section. Glare always just feels super bad. What's over here? Hang on, someone's knocking at the door. What the heck? What time is it? It's 2:27.
Mayor Callahan reiterated that although a reclassification of tobacco products would be unlikely, they had not ruled out
There's
the
someone knocking at the door now. Let me get to this. Alright.
I just do what I know. Huh? Yeah, well, I don't know what to do. I'm still a taking things. And I got more folks watching me than just you. And they wanted us to wrap her up all night with those blues. Yeah, so it don't look good for you. Yeah, take that up with them. In a few days, it'll all be over. Today's front page will be tomorrow's kitty litter. Come on! That run-up won't last long. None of them will, right? The precious Project Icarus will be fine. 5 by 5. And don't get your panties in a bunch. Look, meet me at that new place on Reynolds Street tomorrow. 4 p.m., okay? Don't freak. They ain't finished building it yet. All quiet once you get above street level. See you there. And don't bring any of your friends. We good? Good. Anyways, I gotta get some chow. Frame like this don't hold up itself, you know.
So, Ropeburn did know something, huh? Wonder who he's meeting with. Get back here and we'll find a way to make you an uninvited guest. Hey, look sharp. I'm getting Blue's heading for you. You must have triggered a silent alarm somewhere. Ass out now.
Yeah, so that was someone getting pizza at 2:30 in the morning. Hey, I've done it.
4 Blues, head for the roof. Don't forget, you're public enemy number 1, Faith. To those guys, you've got meal tickets written all over you. Don't stop. You ain't shaking them yet.
You want to stop right here, or else it's possible to overshoot that and then just vault the ledge instead of doing what I just did, vaulting over it. Ow.
Shit! Lost her!
Oh yeah, this is where I died on my
Head
last
for the
round.
cranes and I'll update you when you get closer.
I did just something pretty stupid. One of the fights against the guys with machine guns just went super weird. This might be a slow way to do it, I'm not sure. It's not that slow in this case. If I speedrun it, I'll probably do things a bit differently.
Watch it, Blue's up ahead. Looks like you're gonna have to fight.
This guy's gonna trap over here. Going up all the way on top. Okay, that was good. That was clean.
That's the last of them, Faith. Now get going.
I'll take that. Very nice. Come on. was nice and fast.
Shitload of blues in the plaza. Go higher and get yourself out of there.
I'm going. You're gonna take that hit occasionally when you jump there. You just gotta, like, be super calm about it. You know? Don't let it deviate you from what you're doing. Because it's not gonna knock you off course. The only impact will be, like, when, because you move slightly.
Got a call from his mom.
So the only actual impact is psychological. You just gotta be zoned in, knowing what you're doing. Not gonna let that little, you know, few shots bother you. Perfect.
Did you just do what I think you did? God damn it, girl. I just spilled my Joe all over the keyboard.
Hey, can you get a message to Miller? I need to see him again.
Sure.
I received your message.
I started looking into Ropeburn.
Why?
He's Travis Burfield, Pope's head of security.
You think he killed Pope?
Maybe. He sure as hell set Kate up. Wanted a cop to go down for it. And he wasn't alone. Heard him mention Project Icarus.
Burfield is dangerous, Faith. He's not someone you want to mess with.
He framed my sister.
I'm sorry, Faith.
For what?
For this. I don't want Kate to go down for this either. But we've got private firms muscling in on our districts. Bowstring city security, they call it. They're breathing down our necks, waiting for us to slip up. The only way they might go easy on us, and easy on Kate, is if I give them...
Me.
Yes.
All I care about is Kate. And for her sake, I'm gonna let you go. But if you pull a gun on me again, I will kill you. And right now, I think I'd be doing the city a favor. There's a bird going in the direction of Ropeburn's meeting.
You think it's Ropeburn's pal?
Maybe, but it looked like a CPF one to me. And how many other people can get their paws on a bird in this place?
Not many. Hey, you better get going if you want to catch them. And keep off street level 2. Blue's around.
Alright, let's go. I always feel like I'm gonna miss this jump. You just gotta line yourself up, get some leg room. Every time. Feels so bad. We're good though.
I'm looking at the plans for this place. It's a labyrinth. And quiet, too. No wonder Ropeburn picked it. But if there's a bird involved, I'm guessing they'll be near the roof. You're gonna need to find a way up.
Come on. just feel... I also... You know, I've been thinking a lot about breads and circuses.
So that's no, then.
So in my bio, you can see it on History Major, right? One of the things I used to study in detail was the Roman Empire. Now, the situation in the Roman Empire started getting pretty bad. So, and for a lot of reasons, right? You had, you know, the quote-unquote barbarian hordes invading. You had rampant income inequality spreading throughout all of Rome. You had hunger, starvation, like all of the problems of the society that they created, right? And the emperors didn't want people to revolt against them and, you know, kill them. You know, I think, like, and sort of this makes sense, right? The estimates of the population of Rome are like 1 million people, which is nuts for an ancient city.
Miller. Shit.
It might have even been more.
Seriously?
Yeah. Should never have trusted a Blue. He's with Ropeburg. But he's up to his neck in this Icarus stuff. I'm heading up. See what I can find out about Pope and Kate.
And so what they wanted to do when they wanted to distract the teeming masses was they give them bread, which is a one-time or, you know, occasional,
You can both go to hell.
just loaves of bread they throw out in like a feast sort of format on a special day. And then the whole circuses, which were like the gladiatorial matches and chariot races and entertainment to distract people. That sound familiar to anyone?
Better talk fast. I can see your hands starting to
And that's
sweat.
pretty much what we're doing today.
You said a Kate Connors, didn't you?
That little cop? Yeah.
Had to be a cop, right?
I don't mess in politics.
Who killed Pope? You?
No! I hired someone.
Who?
A professional. Meeting him tomorrow, 2 p.m. Atrium in the mall, downtown. You'll recognize him.
Why were you with Miller?
You sure you want to know about that? Pull me up and I'll tell you.
Watch him, Faith.
Try anything in your roadkill.
Sure. Sure. Ah! Ah!
Shit! Merc, someone's shooting. They got Ropeburg. What the?
Blue's about to crash the party, Faith. Get out of there.
You know, so much of what the government's doing seems to be just distraction. That's the thing, it's like, yeah, free money is great and everything, but, you know, money in the short term is not the same thing as money in the long term. You know, I don't want the government to have any of this short-term crap. I want long-term solutions to our problems. But guess what? Long-term solutions are hard. They require creativity and will. And you're probably not going to get elected if you do them. Or re-elected.
Signal set. Seems you might be clear of the Blues for now. Looks like the Riding Park subway stop's closed. Some kind of renovation work.
So no wonder everyone wants to keep kicking the can down the road.
Oh boy, Blue's going into the subway. You gotta go deeper, Faith.
Go on, go on.
Cut her off! Close off the entrance! Right down the platform!
Blue's ahead trying to cut you off. Get ready to fight.
So much fun. Woo! For this one, you want headshots to get through the armor. Nice. These are evil mercenaries, by the way. Should be one left.
There's a track access way at the end of the platform. Could be a way out.
Alright, that's not like the worst time ever. Didn't have to wait for too long anyway. I don't know any of the... I know, like, specific long-term solutions that I would do. But, like, the way the system is set up right now, like, the way elections happen and the way opponents use crap against their opponents, you know, if I got elected, maybe I could do one of them, right? Maybe I could get one of them to work. But after that, I wouldn't win a re-election. Because it wouldn't even matter if people agreed with it. They would just say they didn't in order to beat me. Come on, let's go. It should be a train.
Blue's getting close. Get moving, Faith.
I'm moving.
Losing your signal.
I might try to run all the way out in, like, a speed run. I don't know. I remember Scott Walker from Wisconsin. Scott Walker from Wisconsin made a bill that basically allowed union workers to choose their own health care. It sort of...
Look sharp. Low tunnel ahead. Jump to another train.
Or maybe it was that he allowed union workers to choose their own or not choose union, depending on whatever the case might be. People freaked out. It was like massive news. He did it like the first 2 months of his term as governor, and there was like protests in the Capitol building for months. They actually like occupied the Capitol building in Madison, Wisconsin. Not something that people talk about today.
Shit, the Blues are stopping trains in the tunnels now.
And
there's a train coming behind you. Get the hell out of there.
But the change that was made, which ended up allowing a bunch of schools to renegotiate their healthcare arrangements, ended up with a lot of teachers getting better healthcare. It ended up with a lot of schools getting cheaper healthcare and having more money to use to help their budgets or put to other things. And everyone loved it, and they loved it so much that in the recall election 2 years later, which was prompted by this very bill, the main Democrat opponent to Walker didn't even use it.
A murderer?
Didn't say a word about it.
Yeah.
Because by that point, the
Hoax.
plan...
Got a tip off about
By that point, the bill was actually working.
Gonna pay a visit.
Shit, Faith. Why are you doing this? It's not your fight. Just, I don't know, later.
Walker ended up having a bunch of free money to put into
Everything's
technical
changed.
schools.
The city's different now.
You know?
I keep thinking of my folks.
extended family member who went to technical school for 2 years in Wisconsin, basically for free.
Organized protests, lobbied the mayor, took me and Kate on marches.
But that's the thing,
really
is that
understood why back then.
you get one of those.
What it meant.
You get one.
She was killed during the downtown riots. Protest marches that went bad.
That's rough.
After that, we, well, pretty much fell apart. Dad never forgave himself, and I left home soon after. Guess I never really forgave him either.
That's when you met Merc?
He caught me, breaking into his place.
No kidding. He never said that.
He offered to train me. Felt like a good way off the street, so I took it. Not much else going for me.
What you're doing now, Faith, is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
They got my sister involved, Sel, and I need to clear her name. I owe her that much. I'll survive. That's what we do.
Survival is overrated. You need to live a little, too.
Hey, you want to come with me tomorrow? Could use the help.
Can't. Drake's got me on a job. Says I've been slacking. Look, I've gotta go.
It's fine. Someone's bound to start shooting at me soon. Get going.
Faith. Take care.
The New Eden Mall should be ahead of you, but watch it. Mayor Callahan's on some kind of campaign drive-about. A few streets away, so there are roadblocks all over the place.
The end of the story, by the way, is Walker beat his recall election. He beat the next election. And then, 2 years after that, he made a run for president in 2016 that was, I would say, one of the dullest, least inspiring presidential runs I can recall. At least as dull and uninspiring as practically every other person who was running in that race on the Republican side.
Should be a way up onto the overpass in section 3 and 4.
And he basically spent all his money, and that's, you know,
Flyers are humming.
that was the end of that.
On the way.
He got beaten by, wow. So
Get down track.
how did I get hit that many times that fast?
Should be an alley close by there. Get you back on the roofs where you belong. The alley's right there, see it? Take it. Moving to the roofs ahead. Looks like you're gonna have a fight on your hands.
I don't know. I'm not actually not a big fan of public sector unions. I think they have way too much power in a lot of places. And I think the main reason is people sort of identify them with private sector unions, right? So in a general private union, the way things are supposed to go, and the way it goes on the business side, is that the job of the business is to get higher profits, right? Which means they want to pay their... The business wants to pay their employees as little as humanly possible, right? The union wants their union workers to be paid as much as humanly possible, right? And so in the vast majority of union disputes, you have the two sides clearly laid out, and hopefully the idea is you find a spot in the middle where the workers can get paid a fair and decent wage, and the business keeps getting enough profits to grow and build and succeed. Right? That's the goal. Well, in a public sector union, you get a third thing that no one advocates for, and that's the actual interest of the public, right? Like, who represents the public in a situation with those kind of disputes, right? When teachers or police officers or whoever, when they go on strike, who's representing the interests of the public? Well, remember the business in that sense isn't really even the city, because the city doesn't because it's not exactly like anyone's looking for profits. You know? I don't know. I think, it's... I don't know. I think there needs to be some sort of mechanism to make sure that, public workers aren't being taken advantage of or anything by the cities. But I also don't know how much that happens, Right now, there's basically nothing you can do to reform
either. You should be able to get to the mall without being shot at.
There's pretty much nothing you can do to reform multiple major industries because they're controlled by public sector unions. I think the very least, I don't think public sector unions should be outlawed, but I think the very least you should do is make it so that people don't have to join them if they don't want to. If you don't want your money going to a public sector union, you shouldn't have to pay a dime. And then maybe real change could happen, right? Because then the public sector unions actually have to fight for the loyalty. Actually have to fight for loyalty, and they have to fight for the loyalty of their members, rather than just knowing that the members are going to go to jail if they don't pay their union dues. Which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. People should have the choice, the same way they do in every private union in the country. I think. I actually don't know that much about private sector unions. I'm pretty sure they have to pay.
Ropeburn was meant to be
I don't know.
his little friend in the HVIM, right?
I know they have to
Well, it
vote
should be just ahead of
to
you.
create them. Right?
Damn chatter's gone wild. Get out of there.
They might have to stay in illegal instead, I think, but I'm pretty sure no one voted to create the legal public unions.
Sorry, fans, I'm about that on wire.
Something that probably requires more research,
Climb up towards the upper levels.
but something's got to be done.
gotta
fast.
get to the roof, Faith. Wall's got some support structures and maintenance areas at the top. There should be a way out up there. Keep going. You think Ropeburn set you up?
How could Ropeburn have set her up? He didn't have time to plan it with anyone
higher,
before he
Faith.
died.
Searching sector 12. No sign of Roger. Proceed to lockdown area.
Pretty good sneaky loading screen here.
It's her!
Shit, Faith, they have a goddamn machine gun.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. Nice. For some reason, you don't run out of ammunition there. Whatever.
According to Drake, there should be an exit on the other side of the atrium. You need to find a way across, Faith.
Let's go. It's a pretty good shot to be able to hit that guy from all the way back there. Alright, Pirandello Kruger's next.
Should be one last door and you're out of there.
Looks like my little friend is back.
Think he's the assassin?
I don't know, but I think I know someone who does.
Wow, Jackknife now. I feel like they skipped a cutscene or something. Because this interaction doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Hey, Faithy. Nice of you to drop by.
With a little bit of persuasion, Ropeburn was pretty chatty. Told me about his meeting with Hope's killer at the mall.
And you're thanking me, right?
When
Right.
I got there, guess who was waiting for me?
No idea, Faithy. I just go there for the pretzels.
Bad case of the blues. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
No, Faithy. It wasn't me.
How would you have even known?
Besides, if I wanted you dead, don't you think I
Like,
would've
she's accusing him
suspected
of
myself?
doing something that she has no evidence at all that he's even slightly connected to.
Now, don't be like
It's
that.
so dumb.
Ropeburn's dead.
I'm impressed.
Wasn't me.
You need to be careful who you hang around with.
Oh, I learned that a long time ago.
And yet, here we are again. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this little meeting short, Faithy. Places to be, you know how it is. Try not to get yourself killed.
Merc, you can stop pretending not to listen now.
What's up?
Can you do a search on Pirandello Kruger Security?
On it.
Why do you ask?
Been seeing their name around. In Ropeburn's
His office and somewhere else.
distinctive logo. Getting anything?
Just what you'd expect. Alarms, fencing, armored cars, private security. Oh, and they secure our world, apparently.
Where are they based?
A few offices around town. Just got a new place down near the docks.
Get me some coordinates.
I'm gonna go check it out.
At this point, she should probably know Celeste is the traitor, right? Because no one else could have tipped. It's either Celeste or Merc, because no one else could have tipped off the Mercs about the mall.
Head toward the building with the big stupid dog symbol. Loading bay should be a way in.
Alright, let's see what I can do here. And drop. So slow. And reverse. Alright, so the sniper sequence is actually, like, a little interesting. I want to try something here. Yeah. Figured.
Careful. They could...
Alright, time to focus up. Alright, get the instant disarm. Let's go.
What is your status?
Crap. Okay. Do that. And slide. That was fast. Love to see it. I'm gonna wait until I'm healed up a little bit. Alright. Oh, come on. Are you serious with me right now? That's such garbage. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong, so obviously that's not consistent. No, that's not right. Is there an access route over here? No. I've got to find a consistent way to do this. Because that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Jump up here. You know what? That didn't feel too bad. Let's do that again. I don't know how they just randomly suddenly develop accuracy. Okay, let's do this. Let's wait for it to go all the way up. Okay, that guy in the back is just, that's not consistent. Ah! Okay. So crappy. Alright, let me find something, please. Alright, I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna run straight at him. Okay, that's it. He just, from the catwalk, he just instantly unloads on me. What's the routing? Yo. That felt good. That felt really good. Let's do that again. Run right. Left. Go around. And then back. Yo, that felt so clean. So clean. Oh, yes.
According to the plans, there should be a way through beyond the conveyor system in there.
That felt consistent. Yes. Okay, okay. Alright, it's 3:10. I'm gonna get past the next section, and then I know I'm good. I don't need to worry. So I'm gonna get past the next section. I'm gonna watch an episode or two of The Sopranos.
Unauthorized power activation in factory area. Units 2 and 8, secure location 8.
Hurry up, before the mines get close to
And
the
then
central
I'm
now.
going to... What's that? Yeah. And then I'm going to keep
Should be
playing
somewhere below you.
later on. Go, go, go. Yeah. Alright. I'm done for now. See you back later tonight.